center. Jay Harper along with Ron Crosby. Tammy Parity being rewarded a basketball along with her parents, scoring her 1,000th career point in yesterday's semifinal contest. First 1,000-point scorer for Westbrook College women's team. And we get set. Starting lineups now for Westbrook College. And there's the starting five for Westbrook College. Irish, Peckham, Long, Scott, and Parity. And of course, leading scorers, Parity, Scott, and Grillon. Grillon now in the six-man role coming off the bench for Coach John Martin. She likes that role. The coach loves to have her coming off the bench. What a player to have come in and spark your team. And Lyndon State coming with Heidi Lacoste, Jennifer Warren, on with 32, Jennifer Benin. 14, Tanya Davis. And Heather Root. Number 30. It'll be Scott jumping it up, but it's controlled by Warren. Peckham tips and steals. Long retrieves and leaves it off for Robin Peckham. Freshman point guard. Goes for Irish. Just inside the arc. No good. And the rebound taken down by Tanya Davis.
I'm not sure that's a shot they first wanted to start the game. I think they wanted to try to get it inside. But Jill Irish is good at shooting that baseline jump shot.
The ball tipped again. And tracked down by Root. She goes over for Lacoste. And traveling the call on Heidi Lacoste. Full court pressure by Lyndon State. And Peckham weaves her way through it. Parity drives, pulls up. Off the window, and a great roll for Tammy Parity. Sophomore.
Look to see her do a lot that game. She's great at putting the ball on the floor. Great defense in the corner by Jill Irish and Veronica Scott. I don't think Jennifer Warren could actually see over her.
Peckham will bring it up. Heidi Lacoste on her. Who's in for Veronica Scott. She gets hammered from behind. Scott goes to the floor for it.
It looked like she got off her knee. It looked like it might have been a traveling call.
Boy, Veronica Scott incensed with number 13, Jennifer Warren. Warren did something down on the floor that Scott took exception to. Davis, the nice pass, but it goes through the legs of Scott and out of bounds. Camera crew of Rob Fernhaber, Mark Cantra, Steve Poulos, Dennis Avery, and Tony Ryan, along with you on the Westbrook College Television Network. Steve Poulos, actually the executive director and producer of this big event. Long shot from the free throw line, won't go down. 2-0 Wildcats with the lead. We've played 2.5 minutes and only 2 points so far. Foul will be on Jill Irish. Kick out for Davis with Peckham on her.
Westbrook doing a very good job defensively, not letting the shooters get the look. Good look.
Davis, a long shot, no good. Root gets the rebound, blocked by Scott.
They call her the Eraser. She blocked so many shots during the course of a game. She got that nickname, the Eraser. Well-deserved nickname, too.
Kick the call, they'll reset the shot clock. 30-second shot clock in women's. Last year, Westbrook College women's team won the tournament, went to the Nationals in Oregon. They're looking to do it for the second year in a row, as the men's have just completed their 2-year consecutive championship and trip to the NAIA Nationals. Going to be an expensive trip for Westbrook College.
Well deserved, though.
Parity in the paint, doesn't go down, she gets her own board, back up, no good. And the rebound hauled down by Benin. Wildcats come with full court pressure as Chris Grillon checks in for the first time this afternoon. And a turnover. Backcourt, the call. And Westbrook College will get the ball back. I'd like to thank Pizza Hut and Key Corporation, Key Bank, for help sponsoring the Mayflower Conference tournament here at the Findlay Recreation Center. It's been a great tournament.
I thought it might have been a kick ball there. Like Jennifer Warren might have kicked that ball. We've seen two kick balls that weren't called today. This one not as important.
Lyndon State breaks the pressure, but the layup missed by Benin. She fights, goes back up, doesn't get it down. Ball loose. And coming out of it is Jennifer Kraft. Lacoste, shot block. We got a shot blocking fest going on.
Parity and Veronica Scott, good court awareness. Great job of blocking shots.
Warren, way off. Loose ball, though, picked up by Benin. Jennifer Beenan, senior forward from Vermont. 5'10", makes both free throws. And we're tied at 2.
Heather Root wanted to get the ball back there.
Thinking they're playing like they did in the old days. They used to play basketball. I don't know if you talk to any of the old timers, but they used to score the basket, and every time after the basket, they'd come back to center court and re-jump.
Yeah.
So you got a guy 6'8" or 9" back in high school ball could jump. You had yourself a heck of a team. All you had to do is have some guy that could jump and tap it, and all your plays were set up off the jump. Peckham goes in for Scott. Scott's hook shot, no good. Parity there for the board. Up and in.
Those two work Veronica Scott and Tammy Parity work so well together. They seem to always rebound each other's miss. Good tandem inside for Coach Martin.
Lyndon State loses it out of bounds. Lyndon State packing in the zone. Peckham will try from outside. A high kiss off the window, and Robin keeps a serious look on her face like she intended that, but I don't think she was looking for that kiss.
I have to agree with you there, Jay.
6-2, Westbrook College with the lead. This is the other thing that irks me is when the official grabs his arm and says holding. She didn't put any hand out. It was hit on her body, and I don't know where you get holding.
No.
That's Irish's second personal. She has to sit down. Maureen Long checks back in. Kraft drives baseline. Tries to leave it. It's tipped, and then she touches it. Great crowd still on hand here. After the men's game, it's just taking a little while for us to get in the rhythm, I think. The announcers, the fans, and even the teams right now struggling a little bit. Last touch by Lyndon State. Parity picks up her 5th and 6th points. She has 6 of the 8 points of the Wildcats.
Yeah, there's that hold call again. That phantom hold call. If anything, it's a bump. It's not a hold. Tammy Parity's having herself one dynamic tournament so far.
Amazing what Westbrook College women's team has gone through this year. Endured the injury to Grillon. They lost a bunch of players who transferred from last season's championship team. They lost their head coach. And a lot of times they're playing with just 7 players, sometimes only 6 throughout the entire first half of the season. And they endured it all.
That's Peckham's 3rd foul. Quick. 3 holds.
And that spells trouble. Peckham, the floor general. Jen Warren, the 5'5" senior from Buckfield, Maine, knocks down a 3 ball, and it's 8-5. Peckham goes inside for Scott. Scott trying to clear it back out. Stolen by Lacoste. Beenan wide open, misses the bunny, and Peckham tracks down the loose ball rebound.
Yeah, she saw Tammy Parity's hand flailing around, so she got a little intimidated. Let it one fly.
Peckham left alone. Rolls in and out. Rebound by Warren. Cross-court route. Goes in and misses it. A great rebound by Grillon. Parity down low for Veronica Scott. And the foul will be called on number 30, Heather Root, 5'9" senior from Lyndon, Vermont. Lamons checks in for Coach John Martin.
I think they're gonna move Chris Grillon to the point. She's the best ball handler on the floor.
And she does set up the offense at the point. Lamons left alone on the baseline. 15-footer, nothing but twine. And it's 10-5. Beenan kicks back out Lacoste. They rotate it around Fortin. No good. Rebound, Veronica Scott. One 2-2 zone pretty much. Grillon takes it, makes it, and she'll head to the free throw line.
They need some offense from her to get things going.
Timeout on the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't got your 50-50 raffle ticket, they're on sale in the lobby. The drawing to be held at halftime. That's the 50-50 raffle drawing.
12-5 our score. And timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick listen in to Coach John Martin and company.
Covering it up, okay? So we want to make sure we don't give anything easy on that press, okay? Nothing easy on the press. Guys are doing a nice job on it. The man-to-man defense is excellent. Now they've been switching up to 1-3-1. You got to watch it. They switch to the 1-3-1. We go to swing. Okay, that's a better offense against the baseline. Okay? Yeah, you stay on the baseline. You're on the baseline. You're on the wing. Stay up on the wing. You guys got to stay inside. Don't get yourselves in the corner, right? That's their place, all right? Move the ball. Be patient. Look inside. They're playing a box and one the last time, too, with somebody on you and a box in the middle. Tammy, that makes the middle wide open when they play that box and one on her. What do we get? That middle's wide open. Right now we're playing 113. 113 on the make.
Tony Ryan, our microphone person for today, and just a little tidbit about Tony Ryan, a freshman at Biddeford High School. He does color commentary with me down in Sauconal Orchard on CTV 30, Northeast Television, a tremendous young talent. Kid's amazing. He's going to be a big-time announcer someday, no doubt about that. And we got a deal, Tony and I. If he makes it before I do, he's going to bring me with him. And if I get up there to where I want to be, I'll try to help his career and get him up with me, but he is a very talented young man. Already knows what he wants to do. He wants to do sportscasting.
So you're not going to take me with you, Jay?
Well, Cross, I don't know. You're doing a job. I might be looking. The jury's still out. And Maureen Long pulls up with a 15-footer. 15-5. Wildcats now starting to get it going offensively. Full court pressure. Warren from outside tickles a twine for a deuce.
Great shooter in Jennifer Warren. Maine person, Buckfield, Maine.
There's a couple on the roster. Actually, the other one's New Hampshire. So one New Hampshire, one Maine player for Lyndon State. Lamons open. Carlton gets it inside, goes back for Parity. A give and go, if you will.
Great pass, great pass. Not the way they designed it, but a great pass by Gloria.
Gloria Carlton, the 5'10" junior from Lisbon Falls, Maine. As Fortin comes in, goes down low, beat in there, and she's very hesitant with her shot today. I think that shot block earlier in the contest has really tainted the confidence of Jennifer
And
Lyndon.
it shows the presence of Scott and Parity, even when they're not in the game.
Head coach Sue Henry talking with Jen Warren. And the packed Finley Recreation Center grows very, very quiet on the free throws. Rattles out, long outlet pass for Grillon. Pull up, bang. On the Wildcats women's team, they remind me, some of these players remind me of some of the players on the men's team. Now, if you had to draw a couple of comparisons right off the bat, I would say Grillon reminds me of Vogel with her athletic ability. I believe Grillon now down on the floor. She wobbles to her feet, a little bit shaken.
Might have lost her wind.
Grillon reminds me of Vogel with her athletic ability, the way she pulls up, takes those jump shots. And Veronica Scott reminds me of Eric Wartgen with her great shot blocking ability. She's tall, lanky, just like Wartgen. Talking to Wartgen after their championship victory, he said, yeah, he goes, you know, it's tough in the paint with those big guys from Green Mountain. He goes, but I'm going to get in the weight room in the off season and bulk up a little bit.
You'll love it when a kid says that to you. He wants to get better and better every day.
Long with a long shot, no good. Lamons the rebound, up and in. Aurora Lamons.
Coming up big for the bench for the Wildcats.
5'7" senior from Scarborough, Maine, and she has got 4 points and helping the Wildcats to a 21-7 lead. And again, we'll get a quick listen in. Coach John Martin and his coaching staff of Paul Peterson, Julie Ludden, and Steve Shea.
Good position for the rebounds. Listen, you heard Coach Peterson, right? Let's lay off the fouls down here. Do it with your feet, right? Do it with your feet. Just again on the press. Like I said, you're 1 step late. You would have been on the pass with a hand in the lane. You're 1 step too late. Okay, just make sure. But sure, well, you got to cheat back. You just got to look, see if you have to know you can beat that girl with a block. I can't tell you when. You got to know that there can't be anybody beat you with that block. That's all. That's your coverage. Then, listen, the block's your responsibility, but they bring the lacrosse right down here. You leave the block. They're going to spot her up. Somebody's got to be covering for you, Tammy or Vern or somebody to cover for you. You got to go out and cover the shooter. You can't stay down low too long. They want to screen you and hit the ball out to those shooters, okay? So once you go to the same thing, it might come down on your side. You got the block. When the ball comes down, they'll spot up one of the shooters on the side. 12 and 13. Right there,
Listening to the Wildcats timeout. Coach Martin very positive and telling his team, you can take your player, you got to beat her to the block and get it to the hole. Full court zone, and Parity steals it. Goes for Irish. Irish bump from behind, and it's re-stolen. Kraft kicks Lacoste way downtown. Bang. 3 ball, and it's 21-10.
London State needed that shot. That's a big shot from, gets them comfortable, get them back in this game. Only down 11.
Warren comes out, kicks for Lacoste. Irish back. Lacoste pulls up. She had the free throw shot, but she decides for a bomb, and the bomb by Warren goes up, hits above the backboard. We'll have another timeout. And another quick timeout here with 8:59 to go, first half. Westbrook College leading 21-10. We'll take a little bit of a listen in here. We didn't get permission on this one, but we'll listen in to Sue Henry.
Run hard defense and run against them. Okay, let's go, guys. Work hard on you.
Don't be afraid to shoot that ball.
We didn't get a very long listen in, but a quick little listen, trying to give equal time, but forgot to speak with head coach Sue Henry to make sure that was okay. Don't want to ruffle any feathers here. This matchup as it's developing right now, Ron, you look at the two teams. Of course, Westbrook College has the dominance inside the paint, and they're shooting pretty well from outside, so you wouldn't think that this will remain much of a contest for too long if the Wildcats continue to play the way they've started to pick it up here offensively.
Well, you heard Sue. She said she wants to run, and if they get in the running game, it's going to be tough for the big girls from Westbrook to keep up. But if they keep in Westbrook's tempo, they should do fine.
Lamons misses the baseline shot, and Warren with it. Westbrook College stays man. Grillon, Long, Parity, Scott, and Lamons out there for Westbrook College. Warren's pull up, and she tickles the time.
She's a good shooter from Buckfield, Maine.
Certainly is. It's stolen underneath Lacoste, and up and in, Jennifer Kraft. And quickly, it's 21-14.
A little trouble for the Wildcats with Robin Peckham on the bench. Their point guy with 3 fouls.
Parity's got the drive. She'll take it. Bang.
She's quick. She's got that quick first step. Tough to guard her.
2-on-1 break. Lamons tries to get back and does, but Warren right in, and beautiful move. 23-16. The offense starts to come for both teams. Parity looks for Scott, stolen by Warren. She leads the break. She'll pull up a 3, no good. Long rebound, tracked down by Beenan. She goes back for Lacoste, just inside the arc. Got it.
Only a 5-point game now. They've got to stop the shooters, Lacoste and Warren.
Just what we said, or I said. Shouldn't be much of a game for too long if they continue to play this way. It's been all Lyndon State. They come away with another steal. Nice dish down. Fortin to Root. And it's a 3-point contest, 23-20. Grillon pulls up, almost gets a kind bounce. Scott the rebound, up and in.
She doesn't get many looks, but gee, she's a terror on the glass. I don't know how long Sue Henry's going to keep Jennifer Warren on the bench. Give her a quick breather.
Lamons left open from the elbow extended. Knocks it home. Lamons with 6 points now. Lacoste just inside the arc, no good. Scott fights for the rebound, and foul will be whistled on Jennifer Beenan. I was talking with Coach Martin the other day, and he was telling me the other night they substituted late in the game. They took out Scott and Parity and company, and he actually went with 3 substitutions all at the same time. And assistant coach Julie Ludden said, "Coach, do you realize what you just did?" And he's like, "No, what?" So you put 3 players in at the same time for the first time this year because their number's so small. Nice look down. Maureen Long from Tammy Parity.
Good ball movement by the Wildcats there.
But they've had such limited numbers, they haven't been able to substitute 3-on-3 for any time. Layup missed. And Grillon coming from out of bounds, trying to save it. She was still out.
I don't think if she hadn't touched the ball, I think it would have been Westbrook ball, but her coming out of bounds caused it to be the Lyndon's ball.
29-20 our score. This Mayflower Conference Championship matchup between Lyndon State and Westbrook College. Wildcats go zone, and Maury Long the rebound. Long from the corner, no good. Lacoste, the rebound. Gets it off of Warren. Warren going long. Nice job by the Mean to catch it. And traveling called. Scott inside, no good. And Warren, the rebound. 3:55 to go in the half. Lacoste left open, she fakes, pulls up, now kicks for Warren. Warren now leaves it for Beenan. And the shot put down by Heather Root. It's a 7-point game, 29-22. Veronica Scott, no good. Beenan the rebound, and Warren now pushes and now pulls up.
They've got to recognize where Lacoste and Warren are. They're not doing a good job locating those two. Can't have those two catch fire.
Inside, Lamons misses. And Maury Long goes for the rebound and gets hit from behind and goes to the floor hard.
Checking in for the Lady Wildcats, number 33, Harper.
Tommy, switch seats with Mr. Henry after halftime, okay? Yeah, give him the comfortable one. Yeah. Right. Mike, did you get one? I got it. I'll give him one. Did you pay for that in your pocket?
Maureen Long up and walks off with assistance. She hit her lower back. She'll be replaced by Jill Irish.
Jill's going to be careful. She's got 2 fouls on her.
Grillon will inbound. Carlton goes inside for Parity and throws it away. Warren the steal. Traveling called on Hannah Nelson, 5'10" sophomore from Wells River, Vermont.
Clearly a traveling call. I don't know why she was arguing that.
And now Nelson draws the personal foul. Bonds from the corner. Long, Carlton the rebound. Goes back up, no good. Parity.
And one.
Tammy Parity, a force on the boards, and she gets it down. The hoop and the harm, and she'll go to the line with one.
like we said at the beginning of the game, it's just tough for Lyndon State to compare with Parity and Scott, and Parity proving herself right here. Getting the hoop and the foul.
You get a look at some of the crowd, and if you pan just a little further, you get a look at the champion team, the men's Westbrook College basketball team, down in the far corner supporting their compadres. Koss, good effort. Koss, a 5'5" junior out of Lyndon, Vermont. Irish open. Bang. (34-26). Lady Wildcats by 8. Down to a minute 35 to go, first half. Warren's shot rattles in and out. And almost the rebound by Nelson. She can't quite get it.
Good effort, though. They need someone to crash the board. They need someone to crash the board for them.
And there you get a look at some of the Wildcat men's team right across. McClures, Davies, Webb.
Great family here, Westbrook guys and girls team, cheering each other on.
Didn't have a chance to interview Coach Graffam after the men's game. Give and go to Parity. She can't quite get it together. Nice save by Root. Again, Coach Graffam with the emotionally drained body and then got soaked with a water bucket. Burgess got him as Beanan knocks down a bucket, and it's a 6-point game. Lyndon State not going away. Seen all these teams in this tournament really hang tough. A lot of guts and determination. Irish, bang. Only a 2. She shoots with that front foot forward, and that style of shooting really takes away a lot of threes that if she shot straight up with the 2 feet together, those would be threes. Big shot as a shot clock wound down. Root, nice move, won't go down. Down to 5.5. Grillon working, pulling. And no, Carlton at the buzzer has the shot blocked. Solid first half, really for both teams. Westbrook College built a big lead. Lyndon State came back, and Westbrook College expands once again to an 8-point lead. It's 36-28 here at the end of the first half in the Mayflower Conference Championship game. Jay Harper along with Ron Crosby, Mark Cantra, Dennis Avery, Steve Poulos, Rob Fernhaber, Tony Ryan. Takes me a while to remember all the names. The brain's really working hard here this afternoon. Second game in a row. The men winning 99-94 to earn their second trip to Idaho. And the women trying to do the same, earn their second consecutive trip to Oregon. We'll take a break. Back with halftime on the Westbrook College Television Network. Welcome back to the Findlay Recreation Center. Jay Harper and Ron Crosby. You get a look at the men's team, the champions of the Mayflower Conference, 99-94 win as they sit and watch halftime and relax and enjoy the big victory. In this game, it's 36-28. Lady Wildcats up 8, scoring in that first half. Tammy Parity, no surprise, leading the way for the Wildcats. She had 13 in that half. Aurora Lamons coming off the bench with 6 points. Jill Irish, Maureen Long, 4. Veronica Scott only a deuce, but she usually saves her work for the second half. Robin Peckham picking up 3 fouls, had 2, and then Chris Grillon coming off the bench in that 6-man role with 5 points for their 36. Looking at Lyndon State, they were led by Jen Warren. She had 11, great outside shooter, and Lady Wildcats have to be leery and weary of where she is on the floor at all times. Lacoste had 7, Root and Meenan had 4, and then Jennifer Kraft chipped in with a bucket. And Mr. Crosby looking at the second half. Again, Wildcats got to do a little more of what they've been doing. Keep pounding it inside to Scott and Parity. Look for some good outside shooting from Lamons, Irish, and Grillon. And really work a little harder on defense, and they should be all set in this one.
Well, you mentioned that Veronica Scott not doing the job offensively. No, she's not doing the job. But look what a factor she is on the defensive end. She's blocked 3 shots today. Every time the girls from Lyndon go up for a shot, they feel the presence. Whether they're there or not, they're feeling the presence. So she's doing a great job defensively, and look for her to score in the second half.
Exactly. She usually, in the games we've covered this season, saves it for the second half, and you can see a whole bunch of points coming in a hurry from her when she works it down inside on the offensive glass. Solid first half put forth by the Wildcats, 20 minutes away from a trip to Oregon for Coach John Martin and his staff and team. Lady Wildcats with the ball, 8-point lead as we start the second half. Irish from downtown, bang.
They need to consistently hit their outside jump shots so they can get the ball back inside. Good job by Jill Irish.
Irish really heating it up from outside, and all those shots 19 feet and about 7 inches just inside the arc. A nice pass. Meenan comes in, misses, gets her own ball back, leaves it, and the long shot knocked home by Tanya Davis. A 3-ball. Irish again, and Peckham, wow. She feisty or what? Davis,
she gets after it.
Davis gave a great box out hip check, knocked her back. She dove right back in and tied up Lacoste. The arrow favors Lyndon State. Meenan kicks back out on top. Warren fakes. Now leaves it off Lacoste. Kicks for Davis. She drives baseline. Nice job. Goes for Root, but Irish there for the steal. Irish, foot on the line. Lyndon State keeps giving her that shot.
Westbrook's got to try and get the ball inside.
A long kick for Lacoste. Peckham pulls up, no good. The rebound, Root. Peckham leads the break, out for Grillon. Grillon goes to the rack. Foul beyond the floor.
And foul from the 14, Tanya Davis. That's her first foul. First team foul into the game, number 20, Jen Kraft. She replaces Heather Root.
See Robin Peckham asking the coaching staff what play. 38-31 the score. 17:37 to go, second half.
I'd like to see Veronica Scott try to shoot the ball instead of looking to pass too much. She's not giving herself much chance on offense. She needs to help open it up for Tammy as well.
Inside Scott, double team, knocked out by Lacoste again. Coach Peterson, I think, saying just what you just said, take that shot, you get that ball.
Great body control there. We haven't said that enough in this game.
Haven't said that in a while. What a move by Parity. She's so strong. She takes the huge bump and still has the strength and presence to get the ball up off the window and in.
She got a lot of offers to play in college. I think she even got offered by Arno. She chose to come here.
And only in her sophomore season already over 1,000 points. Warren having trouble getting across the timeline. She does. They go inside for Beenan. Again, she hesitates on her shot, finally gets it off. Foul will be whistled on Chris Grillon.
That foul was for 15 Grillon. Her second, her team.
3 seconds.
And Beenan at the line. 2 shots.
Beenan makes her first. 41-32. 17-10 to play, second half. And she gets the nice roll on the second. It's now an 8-point game.
In order for Lyndon State to get back in the game, they've got to stop them here. Give themselves a chance.
Scott kicks for Irish. Irish back in for Scott. Scott turns.
Nice move. Great move inside that little baby jump hook.
43-33.
Great job of giving the body up, Joe Irish.
Already the 4th team foul here in the second half on Lyndon State. Peckham inside has it partially blocked.
Chance from the Westbrook College brand to get their hands up.
Beenan left all alone, and she gets it down. (43-35). Offensive foul called on Scott, and back come.
Was it offensive foul or traveling?
I guess it was traveling because he didn't come over to hand off the numbers. Foul will be on Chris Grillon. This time it is a foul.
Second team foul.
Warren, no good. The rebound, Kraft. Lacoste steps in. It's swatted out of there by Parity.
Looks like she was hurt, but she got right up.
Peckham brings it up. Irish steps in and misses. Beaten right back. It's 43-37. Lacoste, 3-ball. Heidi Lacoste, 5'5" junior, hometown girl from Lyndon, Vermont. Gets Lyndon State within 6. Warren comes away with a steal. Shot from the corner by Fortin, no good. Loose ball, Lacoste and Irish fight.
In the game for Westbrook College, number 22, Warren Long. He replaces Jill Irish.
Long comes in, Irish will sit down. Peckham pulls up in the paint, short. Rebound knocked out of there. And they're gonna call a foul, I believe, on Tammy Parity.
That foul, number 30, Tammy Parity, her first, 13th foul.
He's not giving you a hard time, just referee.
Referee's going to take a little heat for the next couple of minutes from the fans.
Foul called on Jennifer Warren.
Lyndon State foul, number 13, Jen Warren, her first foul, 16th foul.
46-40. Westbrook College with the lead and the ball. Long goes inside for Scott, back for Long. Short.
They're not finding the big. They've got to get the ball inside. There's no question about it. They've got to get the ball inside, get Veronica a shot, get Tammy Parity a shot. They're just not doing it. Taking too many outside shots right now.
Defense.
Kraft looking inside, Parity to steal.
Let's go, Tammy.
Inside Scott, all the way up and under. And she'll draw the foul. Beating the personal.
Veronica Scott at the line for 2 shots.
Great rotation by Veronica Scott.
She does a good job shooting the foul shots.
6'2" junior from Paradis, Maine. She makes them both.
Defense now, ladies. Defense. Defense. Don't get to her.
Cost knocking down another tray. 48-43.
Westbrook's not doing a good job recognizing where those two are.
Yes, Tammy.
Parity fighting underneath. It won't go down. The ball will stay with the Wildcats, and Nelson will check in for Root.
Root might have taken an elbow to the eye.
Parity inside and in. $50 to 43. The lead is 7. A great move by Parity.
I'm yelling at you.
She's got a quick step.
Long to steal. She had Parity up ahead. Didn't recognize. They had numbers. Grillon up. Knocked down, no call. Lacoste pushing back, a 1-on-2. She dribbles out of traffic, looks to kick it. And let's see who the foul will be called on.
Physical game.
It's heating up. Fouls on Heidi Lacoste. And that's the 8th team foul. To the line, 1-1 will be Christine Grillon. An amazing story with Chris Grillon. Shoulder injury, and she was saving the basketball. Great athletic play. She thought she was saving it from a backcourt. It wouldn't have been backcourt. Of course, I know she's heard that enough times this season. But she misses the whole second half of the season, comes on in the last 3 or 4 games of the regular season, and still named to the all-conference team. And that just shows you the respect that she gets throughout the league and what a player she is. You get a look inside with Coach Martin, Maureen Long having some water. Right now, Parity doing the job on the offensive boards and in the point production. If I'm Westbrook College, I try to get her the basketball almost every time down the floor.
Yeah, and if not her, then Veronica Scott, because I think they're going to start trying to double on Tammy. That way, Veronica Scott will get a couple of good looks. But she's got to shoot the ball. She's not shooting the ball. She's holding the ball and looking to someone to pass her. She's got to step it up a little bit.
Good look at the scorer's table. You got to look across. The last person you saw was sports writer for the Portland Press, John Heffernan, here covering the games. And of course, he does all the small college coverages here in southern Maine area.
And presenting the championship trophy that's directly following the game. Christine Grillon at the line as she shoots 1 at the moment.
She makes it first. They've got to make their free throws down the stretch. Great job. Great job. Good concentration. Should have decided to do that in the first place. Nice job by Jennifer Warren.
Lyndon State now really packing in the zone. They're doubling up on Parity. They're spotting her all over the floor. Lamont's shot comes up way short. The rebound, Kraft. Kraft, no-look pass over for Warren. Warren drives, and they call it offensive.
It's a good call. That was a good call. She was going in full head of steam, and Robin Peckham stepped right in. Not a lot of contact, but you don't need a lot of contact in that situation.
Sue Henry a little upset, and I don't know, that one to me was a very questionable call. Again, if I'm going to call anything, it might have to be a no call.
How can you do that when you...
It can be done.
Yes, it can.
I'm going to call a no call. That means I'm not going to make the call.
That's right. That's what I thought you were going to say.
52-45. Wildcats up 7. 11 minutes to go in the second half.
11 even. Good timing.
These two teams in their 2 prior meetings this season. Lady Wildcats winning here by 9, and at Lyndon State's building, they came away with an 18-point victory.
And they met just a week ago today.
53-45. The lead back to 8.
Get on her. Get on her.
Warren from behind the arc. No good. Scott fights for the rebound. Kraft grabs her arm.
Great job. Great concentration by Veronica Scott going after that ball and holding that ball up high so they can't take it from her. There'll be a lot of free throw shot in the second half, last 10 minutes. They're going to make their foul shots.
Rolls in and out, and Parity will be called for a over-the-back foul. Her second personal, team's fourth, so a ways away from the bonus.
Yeah, work, Robbie, work.
Root with Scott on her. Now they kick for Fort. Lamons covering her. Kraft pulling up on Parity, kicks back Fortin. Good ball movement. Lacoste comes up. Scott gets a piece, and she tracks down the loose ball.
She got a piece of that one, I think, Jay. There goes her force of blocking shots. The eraser was what they call her.
Grillon pulls up. No good. Weak side rebound goes to Root. Peckham the steal. She's trying to go coast to coast, and she throws it up and draws the foul. She will go to the free throw line and shoot two.
That was a great take. Nice job defensively and taking it right to the basket. Drew the foul, and she's going to make the free throws.
Warren seems to be acting a little carelessly on her dribble with the basketball with Peckham on her. And Peckham saw that and said, well, if you're going to think you can just dribble like that, I'm going to take this. And she poked it away, grabbed it, and then went coast to coast. Peckham now. Close look at the freshman. And again, that lid on this side of the hoop. And the free throws for Westbrook College, both men's, now women's, started to struggle.
Contagious. Seems to be.
And that one falls off. Peckham gets it back, goes up, has it blocked. Ben Willoughby picks up the loose ball. Big Ben, 10 points for that freshman in the championship game, and what a great afternoon for that young man. Parity traveling.
Now, they haven't called that call all day, and then she's done the same thing. I don't understand that call. Unless she shifted her feet.
I think she did exactly what she did. The football move shifted.
Illegal motion.
Her pivot again. Peckham almost the steal. Warren comes in, and it goes off the leg of Chris Grillon.
We've gone almost 2 minutes here without a basket.
Coach John Martin talking to his troops. Lead is 8 and still not safe. Irish tries to steal it. Inside, Beenan, up and in. Beckham in, gets hit hard, no call. Lacoste comes away with it. Kraft open, comes up short. Loose ball fought for, and jump ball. It should be Wildcats basketball.
No possession arrows on the Hornets.
Inbound to Warren. The runner doesn't go. She gets her own board. Goes back up, no good. Parity rips down the board and gets hit by Lacoste.
That's only her third, though. Used to being aggressive on the boards. That's what you want out of your basketball team.
Sue Henry continues to coach. Her assistant right near her, Barb Whittier. From all that we've seen from them this afternoon, a very positive and well-coached team. Scott, the offensive board, no good. Beanin.
Westbrook foul. Charge to number 30. Tammy Parity, her third foul. Fifth team foul.
The lead only 6, 53-47, 8:15 to go, second half. Warren showing her dribbling. Goes for Root. Root, the lob pass down for Venon. She'll kick for Lacoste. Foot on the line, no good. Rebound blocked by Scott. Grillon comes out. Makes the save and realizes she's still got a dribble. Foul will be on Jen Warren. Gloria Carlton checks in for Veronica Scott.
Number 10, in from Lyndon State.
Grillon makes both free throws, and it's back to an 8-point lead. Foul will be on Robin Peckham. And that's her 4th personal foul. Back when Christine Grillon wasn't able to go for Coach Martin, that was a big, big problem. But having Grillon back, of course, she can take over at the point for Peckham. Not as big a deal.
Tammy Parity's got to be careful on that. That's her 4th.
7:33 to go, and you got 2 key players with 4 fouls each, and Coach John Martin now wants a timeout. We'll take a listen in to Coach Martin, and now foul trouble going to be a factor down the stretch.
All right, you're bringing the ball. You got the point now, okay? You got the point. Let's work the ball still. Step in the gap and be patient. We still want to try to get the ball inside on offense, right? You got to stay on the boards, working on the glass, right? Working on the glass, playing defense with your feet, through the screens, rebounding, right? Rebounding, okay? Keep your heads in the game. We're come down to some foul shots here, too. We got to stick to foul shots. Everybody's playing smart, right? Okay?
You gotta have team rebound.
We gotta go.
Outwork us from the glass. It's not the Bird's responsibility to have everybody there.
All right? You got Warren. You got Warren. You got Lacoste. All right? Okay, here we go.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. This side. Come on.
Coach Martin giving instructions and also giving his team a little bit of a rest. Again, they're not that deep. Parity and Peckham both check out of Coach Martin's lineup, both with the 4 personals. (55-49), 7:25 to go in regulation. Grillon comes up, looks for Scott, goes for Irish. Irish behind the arc. 3 ball.
It was a big shot by the little freshman.
That time Irish set her feet behind the line. She was a good 2 feet back, so when the front foot came forward, it was still behind the arc, and she buries her first 3 of the afternoon. And a big one, 58-49. Beat it, nice move inside, but she doesn't draw the foul, and it won't go down. Carlton the rebound, and the Wildcats now can slow it down a little bit. Grillon crashes in. Doesn't get it to go.
I guess maybe they don't want to slow it down, huh?
Grillon saw her opening, but unable to knock down the 10-footer. Nice dish inside for Beanin, and again, she can't get it down. Scott gets the rebound.
Nice job by Gloria Carlton and Veronica Scott to control that rebound.
Irish, no good. And Beanin.
She's got to try and follow her shots. She got to follow her shots, maybe get a rebound, put back in.
Warren pulls up, no good. There's Beanin. She is working very, very hard on both ends of the floor and not being rewarded each and every time down the floor, but that time she gets the putback. It's 58-51. Coach Martin coming back with both Parity and Peckham, and they'll come back in sometime around the 5-minute mark. Scott in trouble. Misses, goes back up. Second one goes, and she draws the foul.
It looked like she got hit on that first one, but we'll take this one instead.
She's a little winded and very tough. Timeout on the floor once again. 5:15 to go, 60-51. Veronica Scott picking it up. And we'll head over to Lyndon State's timeout.
Make the shots. Now, on offense, I want us to go box to Jen Bean, and that means the other ones have to come out. Now, listen, when Janice comes across here and makes her post move, okay, either side, all right, Jen Warren comes down the ball here, all right, Heidi, you start over here, right, lacrosse, Heather, we run it like we run our double, let's run blocks to Jen Bean and run our double. Heather, go, so you can go back to her, right, and then Heidi, you here, so Heidi can go off of their double screen.
And a good listen in to Sue Henry, head coach for Lyndon State, and designing her play, looking for Warren off a couple of screens. And
if not Warren, they want to try to get into Jen Beeman.
Veronica Scott, nice rhythm and rotation on the free throw line. And Tammy Parity will replace her with 5:15 to go in the second half. The lead is 10, 61-51. Parity and Peckham both on the floor, both have 4 personal fouls.
You got to be careful, especially with Peckham running the point on this press.
Lyndon State breaks the press, the ball on the floor. Beanin saves it for Warren. Warren kicks for Lacoste. Lacoste steps inside, puts it up, no good. Root gets the rebound, back up and in. Great effort by Heather Root, 5'9" senior from Lyndon, Vermont. A lot of hometown kids on this team for Lyndon State. Carlton takes it, misses. Parity goes to the boards, goes in for Carlton. Carlton up, no good. And knocked out of bounds, last touch by Peckham. Ball on the floor. Meaning again there. Back for Warren. Warren pulls up. No good. Root, weak side rebound. And she's the last one to touch it.
Westbrook's got to do a better job on the defensive boards. Gotta get Gloria and Tammy in there.
Veronica Scott up off the bench at the scorer's table, getting ready to check back in. Parity hammered by Warren, and Warren takes the harder of the blows as Parity just hammers her to the floor.
Good minutes by Gloria Carlton. Needed blow for Veronica.
And Westbrook College makes a free throw. Parity misses the second. Root comes down with a loose ball rebound. Lacoste drives baseline, goes for Root. And Irish smack from behind, and Root has it off her face.
She's tough. She can handle that.
Warren from behind the arc. It's in the hole.
They've got to recognize where she is at all times. That was poor recognition by the Wildcats.
62-56, and again, back in it are the Hornets, down 6 points. Irish goes in for Veronica Scott. The turnaround, good.
She's having a great second half for the Wildcats.
64-56, 2:50 to play. Warren, spin move to the rack. Count it.
Great move, great move. She baited Chris Grillon right into doing that.
That was a tremendous move, and then she used the glass so nicely. Chris Grillon with a three ball, 67-58, and she answers back, and what a big shot by Grillon. She spotted up the three and buried it. Root misses the layup inside.
Can't miss those down the stretch.
Big, big miss. Wildcats now can run off some time off the clock. Grillon thinks about another three. Says no.
Smart decision by Chris.
Shot clock down now to 13. Parity pulls up, no good. Time a big factor now for Lyndon State. They trail 9 as Warren takes another, rattles in and out. Loose ball tipped by Parity. Peckham comes away with it, has it stripped. Warren for Lacoste. Lacoste three ball, bang.
Put it on the line, she only gave her 2.
So the 2-point conversion makes it 67-60. Lyndon State refusing to go away. Parity will take it. Short. And Lacoste coming out of the pack. Peckham's got to be careful. She has 4. Warren quickly guarded by Grillon. She goes inside. Got it. Timeout called by Westbrook College.
Smart decision by the point guard.
51.7 seconds remaining in regulation. The lead has been cut to 5, and all these games this tournament, every team on the downside just never gives up and seems to fight their way back in.
It's championship basketball. You got to expect it. Not a team is going to come in here and quit.
Fine, that's 60 seconds gone. So you keep the ball, move the ball, we want to line down there, we want to swing down here, we want to just go inside. So we're going to take a layup down here. Okay, we want to take a layup, we want to penetrate off the dribble or penetration into one of the people here. So we're running swing, Run swing, you got possession of the ball. Running line on the out of bounds down here. Be safe getting it in. I still got 2 timeouts left, right? We still got 2 timeouts. If we get really stuck, hey, don't just throw it away. We can call another timeout and set up from there. All right? And the same thing again, if we got another problem, next time we bring it in. They're going to probably start fouling. They're going to start chucking up those 3-pointers. Don't lose your people now, guys. You got 1 minute left. This is the time when you got to be there, right? Make sure you protect and foul. Hold the ball, right? Set good takes on line, okay? Defense. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Defense.
1 minute. 1 minute. One ball, right?
Well, you heard Coach Martin. Wants to get inside and try to get a layup, try to create some offense. No hurry, and if you're Lyndon State, Coach Sue Henry, I'm sure she's telling her team, you got to go for the steal immediately. If you don't get it, look to foul. They can't let too much clock run out.
Nice dribble move by the point guard, Robert Peckham.
I'm really surprised they haven't looked to foul. Although Westbrook College does lose it. And they only lost 11 seconds, and they get the turnover and a chance. It's only a 2-possession game right now, and 40 seconds is enough for a 2-possession game. Kraft pushes it up. They'll look for Warren. Stolen by Scott. And the foul on Kraft. The crowd for the Wildcats cheering. It's all over.
Hopefully not too prematurely, but.
Another timeout on the floor. 28.5 Peckham at the line, 1-1. So again, the front end going to be huge. We'll listen in to Sue Henry, the coach of Lyndon State. Big free throw coming up right now for the freshman, Robin Peckham. She's been impeccable throughout the season for Coach Martin.
Great usage of words, Jay.
She misses the front end. Still the door open for Lyndon State. Davis coming up, picks up her dribble and then throws it away. Peckham's not going to get the hard foul she wanted. Lacoste certainly took advantage of that foul situation, but 2 times now, Lyndon State coming up the floor with a chance to get in the game completely and really pull off a big comeback and upset, and they throw the ball away, have it stolen without even getting a shot off, and that's just cardinal sin.
Can't win championships that way.
Peckham this time will make the free throw, and I think now with 14 seconds left and a 6-point lead, she makes this one. It's definitely over. Makes them both, and it is all over. The Wildcats will send both their men's and women's team to the NIA championships. Shot missed, Scott the rebound, and she'll just look to wind out the clock. And a championship celebration number 2 starts.
more excited. Paul Peterson of the Wildcats.
I think he's a little envious of the men's today, and he wanted to feel that special feeling that he had last year as a player. And off to Oregon for the Lady Wildcats.
Great effort here this evening. Great effort.
I don't know. Your pick between Idaho and Oregon, who gets the better trip?
Jeez, I don't know. If they take us along, I'll choose whoever takes us.
As far as tourism goes, I don't know which state would win the battle of those two, but a great, great effort by the Lady Wildcats as they prevail 69-62, and a good solid effort by Lyndon State. They worked hard, never gave up, stayed in there the entire contest, and it was a good one. Once again, back-to-back championships by the Lady Wildcats. They did it in '94, they do it again in '95, as the men did, and boy, what a winning tradition here at Westbrook College. But now, they got to raise some $34,000 to send both the women and men to their respective states and tournaments.
The love from the conference helps out. They provide $10,000, each conference does, for each team. Well, who do you pick? Who do you pick as the MVP, Jay?
Well, again, it's a no-brainer.
And that's why I asked you.
Thanks. Tammy Parity.
Yep.
And you would think a couple other players from the Wildcats will be on this team.
Veronica Scott.
A long afternoon, but a great afternoon for the Wildcats as both their men and women teams win the conference championship, and they'll head to Oregon.
With the help of the president of the Big Power Conference, Mr. Skip Brown, will now make the all-tournament selections. First, from Green Mountain College, Harry Rocky. From Johnson State College, Amanda Murphy. From Lyndon State College, Jennifer Ward. Also from Lyndon State College, Jennifer Keenan. Great job.
A little surprised there. I thought maybe Heidi Lacoste should have made it.
Rounding out the lineup for the all-tournament team from Westbrook College, Veronica Scott.
She's a second-half player. She came up big again.
And ladies and gentlemen, Big Power Conference most valuable player, Westbrook College is on 22.
Last year's winner, Chris Grillon, first one to give us slapper 5.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Both teams win their tournament and conference, and both have the MVP on their team, and it'll get much better than Parity and Vogel.
State College, captains and coach. The 1995 Big Power Conference runners-up. Congratulations, Lyndon State College. And now, the captains of Westbrook College and Coach Harper. The 1995 champions. Once again, congratulations to Westbrook College Lady Wildcats. And on the final,
Picture is worth 1,000 words.
Certainly is.
ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed this fine tournament here this weekend. Please drive home safely.
It's almost too much really to imagine, back-to-back, and to be a part of it all. And both teams well coached, well disciplined, and withstanding charges by their opposing teams. And Coach John Martin very happy and proud of that one, as he should be. Took over the coaching job on
A whim's notice.
pretty much last second notice, and what a great job he's done with these Wildcats. And of course his staff deserves a lot of the credit too, and I'm sure Coach Martin would tell you that. And what a job. Aurora Lamons now up, cutting the net. And we'll enjoy this. Great shot of Robin Peckham now up there taking a piece of the net down, and Christine Grillon now up. And she's going to finish it off, it looks like. And she does. What a tough season she endured, and boy, to be able to get back and be a part of this all, and big three that she hit at the end to pretty much nail it down for the Lady Wildcats. A 69-62 victory over Lyndon State. And of course, all the excitement here today, things are certainly quieting down. The emotional up and down run for both the men and now the women, and just a great effort here. They'll come down and cut the other one down, and
looks like Coach Martin's going to get a shot at it.
all right, Coach. He takes a couple out, and he'll hand the scissors over to Tammy Parity, and now they'll even send up the big guy. Look.
Oh, all right. He's done this before.
Paul Peterson heading up the ladder, and doesn't have to go up too high. Before the game, we were talking to him. Boy, he was more nervous, I think, than any game he ever played in as the assistant coach. He was really revved up and ready.
I don't know about that, but he was nervous.
Julie Lyndon now with a long dress, though. That's not good for our viewers.
No, not at all. She's got to be careful up there.
And Julie takes a little bit of the net.
Coach Crafton's got to be ecstatic about both teams, not only his, but his girls' team. At least they've done a great job the whole year long.
Steve Shea, another assistant coach up. Let's run down the final scoring for you for Lyndon State. They were led by Jennifer Warren. She had 20 points on the afternoon. Named to the all-conference team, as was Beenan. Jennifer Beenan, a 5'10" senior from Vermont, finished with 16. Heidi Lacoste had 15. There's those three really leading the way in the scoring department. Then 6 for Root, 2 for Jennifer Kraft, and 3 for Tanya Davis for their scoring. For the Wildcats, again, right there, Tammy Parity, the person in the middle, 19 points. Chris Grillon had 15. As we said, that big three later on. Veronica Scott getting 9 points in the second half to finish with 11 points on the afternoon. Jill Irish had a pretty good shooting day, 9 points for the freshman guard. And Robin Peckham, the point guard, 5 points, a solid floor effort. Neither her or Tammy Parity picked up their 5th personal foul. Aurora Lamons off the bench with 6 first-half points. Maureen Long had 4, and a complete team effort for Coach John Martin and the Lady Wildcats as they win the Mayflower Conference Championship.
And off to Oregon they go.
And off to Oregon they go. And it's a great story how they've held it all together with the low numbers and the transfers and the injuries and all that they've done this season. A remarkable job, and they deserve a lot of credit for hanging tough and getting it done here this afternoon. Best of luck to the ladies in the trip to Oregon, and congratulations once again. We'll take it down to the floor and wrap this one up right after this. You're watching the Westbrook College Television Network. Welcome back to the Findlay Recreation Center. Jay Harper being joined by Tammy Parity, Veronica Scott, and Chris Grillon. Guys, great job this afternoon. For the second year in a row, you're the conference champions, and you now move to Oregon. Just a sensational effort, and a long season for you, Chris.
Yeah.
You went out with the injury, and you had to suffer through a lot of times, and saw their numbers depleted and saw what they had to go through. What does it feel for you to get back and be a part of all this?
It feels great. It feels really great. I was nervous at first, you know, the acceptance and wondering if I should be the gunner like I was before, but I came back with the perspective of passing and seeing all the mistakes that happen along the game when you watch rather than when you play. You don't see as much. So I came back more smart, I think, mentally, and try and be less emotional about getting all worked up about a foul and trying to help out, you know, calm everybody down and run the plays. So I think I came in better as a mental additive to it rather than the physical part, and then that just came with it. So
now that big three late in the game, that had to feel good. You lined that up and knocked that down.
It felt great. I haven't been hitting my threes lately, and it's just been discouraging. And like I said, I've been gunning. I probably shot about 5, missed all of them, and I didn't really think about it. You know, I just had the opportunity. I really didn't think I was at 3-point line, and I just was wide open. I was like, I'm shooting it, and went in. It felt great, and put a little cap on the win right there. So it was just a great shot.
Now we'll move to Veronica. Of course, inside, you had a lot of physical play in there today. You got banged right off the bat, and I don't think you were too happy about that, and it stayed physical with you all afternoon.
Yeah, it did. I wasn't happy at all. I mean, it seems like we always get the fouls, me and Tammy, and everybody else can bat us around, but they never get the fouls, and it's frustrating when you can't get it up, and you just can't get the rebound, too, because they box you out, and it's just really frustrating. I mean, I know I was frustrated right at the beginning, and it kind of took me out of my game, but I came back in the second half, so.
That's so typical of you. That second half, every time I'm here, you have the quiet offensive first half. Now, of course, you had the shot blocking going in the first half, which was a big part of the game, but that second half, you seem to come out and get your scoring going.
Yeah, coaches talked to me at halftime. They, you know, tell me, Veronica, come on, keep your head up, you can do it, and it just makes me feel better just to have somebody on my side, and they know how I am, and so they just keep on talking to me, and I mean, it's great to have them support me like that, so that's what keeps me up, and I go out.
Now, we'll go to Tammy Parity, of course, scoring your 1,000th point yesterday in the semifinal game. Big moment for you. Now the tournament MVP and the championship, or what's your feelings right now?
It's a great honor. I just feel great. I mean, basically, I'm just most happy about winning the conference, you know. And I think everybody did a great job, and a lot of people deserved, you know, I think everybody deserved an honor or to be recognized in some way because everybody did their own part, and that's what made us, you know, get where we are today.
Now, of course, you took a lot of bumps inside the paint yourself today, and you've been doing that all season long, taking the bump and still being able to make the shot. You did that in a couple times, and a couple of big shots.
Sometimes. It's just lately they've been falling, but usually they never did. And it's a great feeling to know that you got fouled and you got it into, and that you can make a 3-point play, and it's really great. But it just started to happen. I hope it continues because I didn't used to be able to get them in like that.
All right, great job, girls, this afternoon. Tremendous effort. They moved to Oregon. Best of luck there. Tammy Parity, Veronica Scott, Chris Grillon. 3 of the big reasons why the Lady Wildcats moved to Oregon in the NIAA Championships. Being joined now by head coach John Martin. John, congratulations, a great effort here this afternoon. And this season, what a rewarding season it has to be for you. You come in last minute to take over the head coaching job. You suffer a lot of transfers, some injuries, the low numbers, and here it all climaxes with a conference championship and a trip to Oregon.
You know, you said it. Who would have thought that this is the way that things would have gone? You know, the coaching staff worked really hard. You know, I really appreciate Paul Peterson's efforts and Julie Lyndon and Steve Shea, the confidence that Jim Graffam had in us, and particularly just the way that the girls worked all year long. I mean, they hung in there all year long and they worked hard. They had confidence in themselves, and you know, we did it.
Some great performances right up and down the lineup today. Aurora Lamont comes off the bench, 6 first-half points, a nice start. Irish, good outside shooting. And then your big three, where we just spoke to. I mean, they're there day in and day out, and it's going to be a rewarding afternoon for Chris Grillon, too. She suffers the injury, able to get back and be a part of all this.
She changes everything, you know, especially when Robin went out with 3 fouls in the first half, and I had to move Chris to the point. We need the ball in her hands, and they were playing a box-and-1 on her part of the game. And, you know, she's an important part of the team, and it's been a big boost for us to have her back in the lineup. Those other girls filling in, I mean, like you say, we've got the big three, but along the way, you know, Jill stepped up, Robin stepped up, Glo Carlton had a couple of games where she did the same thing. Aurora today, Maureen Long, Kay Long, they've all just stepped in, and you know, you need that to fill in the gaps.
Now, have you talked to the Oregon Tourism Board and found out what you're going to go out there and see for sights besides play some great basketball?
You know, we were out there last year, and I was surprised at the weather. I thought it was going to be like here, but it's not. And it's green, there's flowers, and the girls are in shorts and short sleeve shirts, and so we're looking forward to the change in weather and to play some good basketball, see some good basketball too.
Now, do you think you got the better end of the deal over the men's? They go to Idaho, you go to Oregon. Do you think you got the better trip?
I think it's a much better. I think it's a much better trip. I'll take that one any day. Yeah.
All right, a great win here this afternoon. Best of luck out there in Oregon, and hopefully you guys can continue this solid play out there.
Thanks, Jay.
All right. John Martin, the head coach of the Lady Wildcats, they win the tournament and move to Oregon to play in the NIA championships, and that should be a great one. For my entire staff here this afternoon, I'm Jay Harper saying so long. We'll see you again real soon.